Joshua Jackson here with the head coach of the Tigers, Toriano Morgan. Coach, these first couple of weeks have been rough to say the least. Tough loss at home against Florida Memorial. Couple that last week, a shutout loss against Benedict. I know when the season gets early like this, it can tend for young players to, kind of lose their confidence and things like that. What are you telling your guys to kind of keep their confidence up and knowing that, hey, it's a 8 more games to play, you can really turn your season around?
Firstly, they understand that this thing is a marathon. There's a lot of football left to play, and then unfortunately, we've been here before, so it brings that much experience. And then when you look at the outcomes of the games, necessarily saying where we beat or did we help beat ourselves, so they understand some of the things we need to eliminate. So the energy this week has been great. So we've just coming out and we're on to the next target.
Looking back at last week's contest, just the offense could not get really anything going. 69 yards of total offense to a very good and very solid Benedict squad. What do you do as far as infusing some life and things like that to this offense to get this thing moving to the direction we expect for it to go?
Well, we had to shift some things up front. We'll get some key players back this week. I'm not taking anything away from Benedict. Their front four played an outstanding game. Just call it what it was. But just remaining to be who we are. We know that we can be an explosive offense. We proved that we can move the football when we needed to. Getting into the red zone, we just got to be better down in that particular portion of the field. So we're coming away with points and not having to turn the ball over downs or punt.
The old adage is the score is not indicative of the game that was played. I can really look on that to your defense. Well, your defense played last week. The score line was 34-0, but the guys played hard on that defensive side of the football. We were able to get a couple of fourth down stops, including a big goal line stand going into the locker room. We were able to get a takeaway last week. You're starting to see the confidence of your defense begin to grow as these weeks go along.
A new system, so they're getting comfortable with it, growing into it, as far as actually having it stressed and tested every week. And the reality of it, as you said, the score was 13-0 going into the final 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, and they just wore down. So again, we were 2 plays away from being right back in the lead of this game, but those 2 plays didn't happen. So again, from a standpoint of competition, I was really pleased with the way the defense competed all the way through, and just offensively, we couldn't get the ball rolling, but we'll make sure we got that corrected this week.
Getting on the bus for the first time this season, we go to a very hostile environment up 3 hours north up to Fort Valley, Georgia, to take on the Wildcats of Fort Valley State. Coach Gibbs has got a solid squad up there. They're 1-1 on the year. Had a big win on the road last week. It's kind of they're going to be fired up for their first home game. Your thoughts on Fort Valley State? What you've seen from them and what we can expect this Saturday?
Well, I think they're a very, very well coached team. There's a lot of similarities as far as the DNA between Benedict, what we saw last week, and some of the things that Fort Valley does. So they're very good. We know we got to make sure that we're able to stop the run, defend the pass, and be able to be explosive and move the ball on offense. I know when this offense gets moving and we catch a rhythm, they play with the best of them. So we got to do the things that we do well, make Fort Valley defend us, and we just simply not defend ourselves.
Speaking of getting on that roll, we're talking to a couple of players a few moments ago about how important they feel like this game can be. That they can get on that roll that we expect them to get on. Playing back and playing Morehouse next week, going on the road to Savannah State. So you feel like if you're able to get this one this week, that roll could really begin to start.
Well, absolutely. But the first thing is you got to keep the main thing, and the main thing is Fort Valley right now. So we don't even need to go out talking about beating Fort Valley 4 quarters right now. We need to make sure we win today in practice. We travel up safely, and then when we come out, we're able to establish our brand of football. What that is, stopping the run on defense, and then being explosive on offense. And then we're able to do those things. The score, the outcome, we truly believe will take care of itself.
All right, let's go ahead and get to it for this practice and see if we can get a big win this weekend against Fort Valley State.
Appreciate you.
That's the head coach of the Tigers, Toriano Morgan. I'm Joshua Jackson. We'll talk to you again down the road.